to bed singing, around the house singing. I didn't know what I had. I didn't know the gift that I had until my mom did more of an investment in me and singing lessons. And I started falling in love with it because my dad used to come home and sing with me every night. That was one of our things before I went to bed. That was something really, really special that I look forward to. I was singing in a top 40 band. It was R&B. It was a little pop. It was also merengue, and it was jazz. So it was a combination of everything. And we sang at different clubs, at colleges, and I was in a band, and I was in a band from the time I was 15 until Show Me Love came out. It was weird for me with Show Me Love because it was a dance tune, obviously. The closest I'd ever come to singing dance was Donna Summer's Last Dance and Michael Jackson's Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. But when I heard Show Me Love, I was like, I don't think I can do this. It's too fast. My mouth is not gonna go that fast. I can't remember those words. It's too many words. So it was a challenge for me. It wasn't an easy fit for me to just go into the studio and record. And half lost my voice, was half there, half not. And that morning when we got up to start working, I was like, I'm not sure I can do this, but I'll try. And so the note that everyone hears and the singing that everyone hears is me singing with the flu. What the song was about, I had no clue. And when I listened to it, I still had no clue. I didn't like the song because it was moving too fast. I couldn't put me into the song. I couldn't feel the song. So the process of me actually doing the song and going through the motions and learning the song, it was weeks. And because I went through the motions of the song and learning the song, I didn't have great expectations of it because it wasn't something that I really wanted to do. That's not a song that I really wanted to sing. So when it was played back to me and okay, this is it, this is the finished product, I was like, okay. And that is the truth. Okay, well, what do we do now? I was so not enthused. The original version didn't do very well. And so in Atlantic, because I was signed to Big Beat Atlantic, the urban department didn't want it. They didn't know where to place it. So they pretty much shelved it. So they sent it over to Champion Records and did what they needed to do. And it didn't do well over there either. And it was shelved, honestly. Stonebridge got signed by Champion and they wanted to see what he could do. So he found the song on the shelf. And as was stated, he stripped all the music from it and got just the plain vocals. And he built the music to the song around the vocals. It was an absolute perfect marriage. I didn't even know who Stonebridge was. I only met Stonebridge about maybe 15 years ago. The first thing that people listen to is, oh, that sounds good. The music sounds really good. And so when I heard it, I was like, okay. The DJs over here were playing it like crazy. It was doing wonderful over here. It was hitting, it was smacking, it was doing what it needed to do. All the clubs were playing it and it drew people to the dance floor as it still does. And what happened was the DJs from the States would come over here and play. They heard the song and they were like, who is that? Who is that? What is that? And they brought the song back home. And that's how it gave birth in the States. I want to say it entered the chart at 20 or 25 because it was a force to be reckoned with. And one day I was driving my car and I turned on to one radio station and bam, there it was. I turned to another radio station and bam, there it was. Simultaneously on different radio stations, they were playing it. That's when I knew something's getting ready to happen. Something is really getting ready to happen. Every week, it was climbing the charts. So I would get a phone call. Hey, Rob, it entered the charts. I don't know what's going on. When it goes to #1, you're going to have to go to Top of the Pops in Paris. Everyone goes to Top of the Pops, and you're gonna have to go. I was like, okay, yeah, call me back when it's number 10. I got a call. It's at number 10, Rob. You're gonna have to get ready to go. I'm telling you, you're gonna have to pack and you're gonna have to go. Yeah. Right. Call me when it's 5. And then it went to number 5. And same thing happened. Same thing without sounding redundant. All right, yep, call me when it's number 1. I'm not going to Paris. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not going. Call me when it's number 1. Bam. 3 weeks later, I get a call. Well, it's number 1. You better pack your clothes because you have to go to Paris. I'm like, I'm not going to Paris. Yes, you have to go. I had to go. And bam, there it was. Simultaneously, on different radio stations, they were playing it. That's when I knew something's getting ready to happen. Something is really getting ready to happen. I am Robin S., the Robin S., and this is the story, the real story of Show Me Love. So if you look at the Top of the Pop video and you listen to it, and then you look at videos leading up to current, very different. You can tell I was a newbie. I look at it and go, wow, she was green. Diet, it's not a good look. I was badgered. I've never been a tiny woman, okay? Never been a tiny woman, always been like kind of full-figured and just, me. I'm my father's child. I didn't have a problem. I was comfortable in my skin. So when women would come to me and say, I thought that there was no hope for me. I thought I was so depressed. I just didn't like myself. I didn't love myself. And you helped me. You helped me love me for who I am. So when people came to me like that and the community embraced me like that, I realized that the song is not for me. It was never meant for me. It was never meant for me. It was meant for everyone else. I had put input in the song, my own input in the song, and I never got credited for it, never got paid for it. So I was labeled as one of the hardest working women in the 90s because I would do 4 shows a night. That's how I made my money. But publishing, no, I didn't get anything. You would think that at this time, they would cut a little check and say, hey, we're willing to give you some publishing because the song did so well and we're still eating off of it. My family did well off of it. But, people are people and they're not going to just do that. Some people are just not generous like that. So you move on and you just say, you know what, God, you're going to bless me anyway. I never used to talk about it because it bothered me so much and it hurt. Because these 2 people I looked to as mentors and cared about them, genuinely cared about them. To be done like that, I didn't want to talk about it for a long time. But now it's 30 years and I don't have any malice, just disappointed. I was out cold sleep. My phone kept going off, maybe about 4 o'clock. I didn't answer it because it was late and I was sleepy. And finally I answered and it was my son. So I was like, son, I love you, but why you keep calling me like this? What's going on? Mom, you're trending all over the place. I'm like, what trending where? What did I do? Trending what? Mom, Beyonce dropped her album at 12 o'clock and it's Show Me Love. It's Show Me Love. Everybody's talking about it. I'm like, what? I had not known about it at all. And it's okay that I didn't know about it. I mean, that was a nice surprise. I said, okay, I'll call you back later. Well, when I finally woke up for real, I looked and I turned on the TV and the news was talking about it and radio was talking about it. And I'm like, well, what is going on? So finally I listened to the song and I was like, oh, okay, this is what he's talking about. And I mean, it's cool, imitation is the greatest form of accolades and appreciation. And so I love it. It's a wonderful feeling to have Beyonce a part of my history and for me to be a part of hers. That speaks volume. For me, the person that didn't think much of the song, wasn't feeling the song, didn't really care about the song, I'm still enjoying it. Total surprise, I'm still enjoying it. But when I said before that I realized the song was larger than myself, it's 100% true. And so I used to try to stop singing the song. I used to try to forget the words. I didn't want to sing the song. But now it's a mainstay in my life. And when you think of Show Me Love, you think of Robin S. And when you think of Robin S., you think of the people that it has affected. I think it's stinking awesome. I really do. I think it's one of the best moments in my life, in my history. And when you talk about legacies, that's one of my biggest legacies.